Your lack of action is going to keep you broke. If you think your life's going to change without you having to take action, well, you're completely delusional, because your life is going to stay exactly the same if you make the exact same actions, right? The lack of action you guys are taking to actually change your life is the reason why nothing's changing, right? You're in your position right now because you're not taking action. You say that you want to be successful. You say that you want to be rich. You say that you don't want to work a 9 to 5 job anymore. But what are you guys doing? You're still working a 9 to 5 job because your lack of action to change what you're doing right now is keeping you there, right? Now, just before I continue the video, just so you guys know who I am, my name is Alim and I left the UK over 12 months ago. I used to work a 9 to 5 job. In fact, I worked several 9 to 5 jobs. I worked in Argos. I used to work in World Duty Free, and I also worked at Sky, right? And I realized that when I was doing these jobs that I wasn't happy doing these 9 to 5 jobs. I hated my life, really. Working long hours, listening to someone else, right? And I said, you know what, I'm going to completely change my life. I'm going to take the biggest risk. I'm going to do something that no one else is prepared to do. One, which is take action, right? So I took action, and I took one of the biggest actions I could have taken, which was, again, a massive risk. I quit my 9 to 5 job, I packed my bags, and I moved to Dubai, right? Fast forward to now, I now run a 6-figure coaching business, right? Which has completely changed my life, all because I took action. A lot of you guys are watching this video, right? And you're probably asking yourself like, oh, my life is terrible. I'm working a 9 to 5 job. You know, nothing's changing in my life. Well, okay, if that's the situation you're in right now, ask yourself, how much action have you taken? How much action have you taken to try and change your life? Because I guarantee most of you haven't taken any action, right? You're sitting in your 9 to 5 job, complaining that you hate your life, complaining that you have to work for someone else, right? But you're not doing anything to change that. Like, what are you doing to change your life? You will stay in the same position until you change your life, right? You will stay in the same position until you take action. That's the thing that most people don't understand. And it's all well and good, you know, wishing for a better life, all well and good, you know, thinking that one day you're going to be a millionaire. But ultimately, dreaming about it isn't what's going to make it happen. If you actually want to become a multi-millionaire, if you actually want to change your life, well, what you need to do is take action, right? So you need to ask yourself, how much action are you taking a day? Have you started an online business? Because in my opinion, that's one of the best businesses to start. And just quickly, by the way, if you do need any help with starting an online business where I can scale you to 10K a month, feel free to click the link in the description below, book in a call with me, and we can take it from there. But ultimately, guys, right, you're not working on anything. If you're not working on anything, how can you expect your life to change? You want the better life. You want to be a multi-millionaire. You want to have financial freedom. You want to have just general freedom to go wherever it is that you want, right? But you can't. When you're working your 9 to 5 job, you can only take leave when your boss tells you to. You can only take holiday when your boss approves it. Like, what kind of life is that? On top of that, you work 40 hours a week. You see your colleagues more than you see your own family. How is that normal? How are you happy settling for less, right? Because I see a lot of people in this position where they are in this position and they don't question it. You're in a prison that you don't even know about, right? I remember working at the Sky call center all those years ago, right? And there were people there that were there for like 20 years, 25 years. And I remember when I joined, I was like, surely these guys had aspirations. Surely these guys had dreams. But they've decided not to chase that. And they were there for 27 years or 25 years, however long it is. And I'm thinking to myself, that could easily be me, because I can easily get comfortable. If these guys, again, they probably had dreams and aspirations. If they are still in the same position after 25 years, why can't that happen to me, you know? And to be fair, I was quite comfortable in my 9 to 5 job, well, that particular job especially. I was there for about 4.5 years. And I said to myself, like, I'm here for 4 years. I'm trying to get out. I couldn't get out. At the time, I was looking for a better job. And that's why near the end of that job, like before I actually left to go to a new role within Sky, I decided to start my own online business, which was YouTube. And I decided to go full in on that, build my personal brand, create content. And I started making content around cars. So I actually started doing something around that time because I had enough. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to be successful, I can't just wish, you know. I used to be that kind of person where I used to say, yeah, I'm going to make millions. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But I never took any action towards it. So how would I have become a millionaire or become, you know, successful or become rich if I just kept wishing for it? So what I realized then was I keep wishing for these things, but nothing's happening. So what I need to now do is take action, right? So I took some action, started a YouTube channel, was trying to build it. Now, it didn't work out too well, right? I started multiple businesses within that, which kind of failed, right? So I said to myself, okay, cool. What is my next step in life? I said to myself, I want to move to Dubai. So, okay, cool. I want to move to Dubai. So what did I do? I started applying for jobs in the UK to move to Dubai. If you guys know how it works, never do that because you're just wasting your time. Didn't work. And I said to myself, well, I want to move to Dubai. How am I going to make this happen? There's only two ways I can actually make this happen. One, I can just keep trying on my online business and hoping that it grows. Or two, I can actually just go to Dubai, right? Try and find a job, work that job for a bit, work on my online business on the side, and then wait till my online business overtakes my job, and then I can live here, right? That was my plan. So I packed my bags, I quit my 9-to-5 job, I moved to Dubai, right? I had no savings. Literally, I had to find a way to make it work. So I moved to Dubai, and then I tried to apply for jobs, didn't get any jobs. And then what I did was I said, you know what? Cool. Nothing's working for me. Let me just work on my online business, which was YouTube at the time, and worked on it, started making good money. Then I switched to an online coaching business, and that's what's allowed me to now make over 6 figures a year. And the thing is, right, a lot of you guys want to live this life, right? A lot of people look at me, firstly, as well, and say, oh, he's lucky. But no one's seen the work I've put in behind the scenes, right? I put in so much work. Even when I was in the UK, I was working on my online business before work, during work, and after work. I mean, even some of my colleagues at Sky will tell you, during lunch, I used to take my laptop, sit in the car, and just work, come home, work, wake up in the morning, work, go to work on my business as well, come home. So I was just working all the time, right? Some of you guys don't realize how much work you actually have to put in to become successful, to be in a good position, which I knew what it took. I knew how much work is going to happen. And it was a bit of delayed gratification because I put in all those hours. I didn't see any returns straight away. It took time, but when I did see the returns, it was crazy because the work you put in now, you will see the returns from it, right? So guys, if you are in a position where you want to change your life, start something, take action. Just taking that one piece of action can completely change your life, right? The bigger the action you take, the more chances you are that you're going to make money. So for example, if you are struggling with starting an online business or you don't know what business to start, why don't you invest in yourself? So hire a mentor, hire someone that is doing what it is that you want to do, right? Sign up to their program, pay whatever money that they require upfront, and learn from them. Learn from them, start your business, and you will make money. For example, a lot of my clients have made money from me, right? I've helped so many clients make money, start their own online business, and a lot of them are thriving right now. So my question to you is, if you are looking to start an online business, why don't you book in a call with me, right? Because worst case scenario, it might not be a good fit. Or worst case, it will be a good fit and it could potentially change your life. So one of the biggest lessons is invest in yourself and take action, take risk. Because if you don't take action, if you don't take risk, if you decide to keep analyzing things and keep like procrastinating and contemplating on things, nothing's going to change. You're going to stay in the same spot. You're going to make the same excuses and make the same complaints, right? If you want to change your life, take action. That's the only way you're actually going to move forward. And a lot of you guys want this life, right? No, I don't think there is anyone that doesn't want to be a millionaire, that doesn't want a comfortable life. I don't really see anyone that doesn't want that. And when I ask people if they want that, they say yes. And I say, what are you doing to get that? And they say nothing. Or I don't have motivation, or I don't have time, or I don't have money. They make excuses, right? If I was in the UK working a 9-to-5 job and I had no money, I would save up all the money that I get, hire a mentor, learn from him, start an online business and make money. It's literally as simple as that. Honestly, even no money is not an excuse. Even being busy is not an excuse. I slept less. When I was working my 9-to-5 job and I was working on my online business, I slept less. So I slept like 3-4 hours across a whole week, a whole weekend, sorry, right? And I was just focusing on building my business, making money, doing all of these things. And at the time, I wasn't even getting any money, right? So again, it's like delayed gratification. I worked then, I got paid later. And this is how life works, man. This is one of the universal laws that you will work, your work will be compensated at some point. It won't be straight away, might not be in 2 months, 3 months, but at some point, all the work that you've put in will be compensated. So guys, if you are in a position where you want to take action, and hopefully this video has inspired you to take action, invest in yourself and all of that kind of stuff, and you want to work with someone that's actually built an online business that has generated 6 figures a year and worked with so many clients and done the same for them, click the link in the description below, book in a call with me, and I'll see exactly how I can help you. Ultimately, guys, if you want to see my full story on how I quit my 9-to-5 job, packed my bags and moved to Dubai and see the full process on how I did that, click the video that you see on your screen and I'll see you guys there.